One is about so much more than sports. We're about community, family, small businesses, nonprofits, and sharing stories that deserve to be heard. 321, what's your story?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the morning show here on 321. My name is Ben Barber, and I am very excited to be joined here today, as always, by Ken Collins and Tommy Stafford. The weather today in Westerly currently is 64 degrees, and it is looking pretty nice. However, rain should be coming our way later tonight. We'll get into that more in a little bit, but there it is. And we want to thank the weather bug over here, brought to you today by Seaside Pharmacy. Check out Seaside Pharmacy for all of your pharmacy needs, and also little gift shops. If you're just stopping by and you're in, say you're going to Weekapaug or Mesquamaket or the mainland here in, or you're going to Watch Hill to desperately check if Taylor Swift is getting married down there, check on in at Seaside Pharmacy. They have everything that you could possibly need. Really great staff there. And thank you to Bill Quirk over there at Seaside Pharmacy. This week on 321, tomorrow we have Rims Bowl. The Rhode Island Men's Senior Baseball League will be on with John Parenti. That is tomorrow, Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Friday at 7:30 p.m. We have games, and I believe that those are coming to us this week from McCarthy Stadium in West Warwick and Cranston Stadium in Cranston. I had to look at Ken just to make sure. Tomorrow, Tuesday at 5:30, we have the Stonington Little League All-Stars who will be in action, and they will also be in action on Saturday at 2:30. So that should be a lot of fun. I want to give Dan new nicknames all the time. I almost called him Dirty Dan LaBelle. There's nothing dirty, but the straightest shooter you've ever met.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny to call him Dirty Dan LaBelle because he's so. We'll save that for Intrary. On Saturday as well,
Dandy Dan.
That's old fashioned.
Yeah, well.
American Legion Baseball will be here on Saturday, at 5 p.m. That should be a good one. We've had a lot of fun with American Legion Baseball. And this one is coming to you from Cardines Field in Newport. I'm looking at you. I know it's Newport. Home of the Newport Gulls. We actually were fortunate enough to have, I believe, the owner of the Gulls.
You had one of the Gulls on.
We had one of the Gulls. We had one of the Gulls on Saturday. And that should be a lot of fun. On Wednesday morning, Rona Mann will be here for Man About Town. I have no idea what she has in store, but it's always great. That will take place in place of this show Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. Thursday morning at 8 a.m., we have Business Over Breakfast with the Ocean Community YMCA, followed by our friends at the South County Star coming in at 9 a.m. Then on Friday, we have RI Elder Info and Friday Friends coming in at 9 a.m. on Friday. Don't miss out on the great action at the Mesquamaket Beach Drive-In Movie Theater this weekend. Should be a lot of fun. Grease is the Word on Friday night. Movie starts at 9 p.m. Gates open at 6:30. You can get your tickets at mbadrivein.com. And also on Saturday at the drive-in, it is The Karate Kid. Speaking of The Karate Kid, want to say congratulations to PJ, the son of co-founder of 321 Media, Patrick Wiley, who got his black belt yesterday with Kiefer's Martial Arts. That was a lot of fun. And Dave DeAngelis' son, who was on the demo team, Braden, doing a fantastic job there as well. And I want to just say congratulations to all of the kids who got their black belts. Saturday morning, some guy will be live from Revive, hopefully as long as the weather cooperates this time. And that is Sports Open Mic. That should be a lot of fun. Followed by Settling the Score at 10 a.m. from Dan's Place. That is enough of me yapping. Let's head over to our friend, the one and only Ken Collins, with the Ken Collins Sports Report. Ken,
Yes.
I hand the show and my life over to you, my friend.
Well,
Are you
know,
ready?
You mentioned just about everybody in that group. I was very good, by the way.
Hey, thanks.
And you even threw the weather in there because we're going to call the weather guy. You're the weather guy now. You can't, but when you get the blizzards and stuff, you got to call in a regular meteorologist from North Stonington.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't like to go out in the snow, so
You'll be fine then. No.
I heard Dan call me out on that on Sports Open Mic the other day. He was like, Ben doesn't go out in the snow.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, what's going on?
And before I tell you what's going on here, you mentioned a couple of the places that we're going to be going to, or people here will be going to. Cardenas Park in Newport.
Is it Cardenas? It's
I
not
think
Cardines?
it is, but it doesn't matter.
Cardenas.
It's a nice ballpark. I played there many years ago. That stadium's been around a long time. Also, Cranston Stadium. So those are nice venues that we're going to be seeing this year, covering those games up there. And of course, Bill Quirk at I know one a couple of years ago when Bill first was down there. I went down there. I got it's awful cold, but I got to get rid of it. I can't sleep at night. Come, stay right there. I was in the back. He told me to drive around the back, and you stay right in the car. Comes out the back door. He gives me this box of pills, medicine, and he said, "You take 2 of these," and he says, "You'll sleep all night." That's it. I took the pills, went home. A few days, I recovered, and I was fine. But that's the kind of guy. That's the kind of pharmacy. It's just like any other business around here. If you go, it's like you know the person, even if you don't really know who he is. You know his name, but you feel more confident going to somebody that you really know, and they can tell you that's going to take care of it. You know, some of these other guys are just yes. All right.
All right, what's going on in sports?
Cincinnati beat the Yankees 4-1.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
You want me to do that one again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cincinnati beat the Yankees 4-1. Same score. Seattle beat the Red Sox 3-1. The Mets took it on the chin from the Phillies, 6-2 with the final there. And Baltimore beat the Dodgers. Big score there, 12-1. Baltimore over the LA Dodgers. Now tonight, you got the Yankees headed to Detroit at 6:10 this evening. The Mets are at home at 7:10. They'll take on the Chicago Cubs. Red Sox will be in Colorado. They get a little earlier start tonight, not still after my bedtime, 8:40. Baltimore will stay out Los Angeles way and play the Angels at 9:38 this evening. Now you got the U.S. Open 126 meeting at
Southampton,
New York. And now Wyndham Clark won this. He's not really a familiar name to me. I don't follow a lot of golf, but I'm sure he's won before, but he won yesterday.
Wire to wire.
And he picked up some pretty good money.
What does wire to wire mean?
That means he lived right from the first hole to the last hole. He was in front.
Okay.
And how would you like to play in this tournament? And you'd say, well, I can't. How good am I? How good am I? I can't play with these guys. So you finish last.
I would finish last, yep.
Yeah, then you go to the window to get your check, and because you finished last, I'm sorry to have to give you this, but you only earned $42,858 this weekend.
For a round of golf?
That's
or
last.
Three rounds of
And he
golf.
finished last.
Wow.
Pretty good, huh? And as I mentioned last week, this is the week for the tournament in the Travelers up in Cromwell, Connecticut. They always follow the U.S. Open. So I would imagine Chris Berman will be up there on Wednesday. That's Celebrity Day if you want to go up and walk a couple of holes with him.
Of course.
You do
Would
that.
love to.
It's on Wednesday. And he always puts on a show anyhow. NASCAR race out in San Diego. Corey Heim won. I never heard of him. I think it's his first victory. And this week, they're on the road course again in California. They stay right out in California. They'll be at Sonoma. And I think you mentioned it earlier. We got Little League Baseball tomorrow night. Stonington over at the beautiful complex they have over there in Stonington at 5:30. Dandy Dan will be there to bring you all the play-by-play, and I might go over there and check it out. And that's on 321 Media tomorrow night. Game time is at 5:30, and that, my friends, is a look at sports on this Monday.
All right. And that was brought to you today by Rio's Barbershop. We'll be right back with Keeping Up the Cup.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barbershop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barbershop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barbershop.
The largest reason we opened up Seaside Pharmacy was to help our community better than the big box stores. We get to know you better, fast and friendly service. So we'd love to have you come in and check out Seaside Pharmacy and see what we have to offer.
At Lathrop Insurance, our core values guide everything we do because insurance is more than a policy. It is a promise. We care. We treat every client like family. We're solutions driven. We find answers, not excuses. We utilize teamwork. We do what we say because integrity matters, always. And we're always growing. We strive to be better today than we were yesterday. These values have shaped 86 years of service to Rhode Island families and businesses.
At the Ocean Community YMCA, community means showing up across 4 branches and 2 summer camps, all rooted in one shared mission. Every day we bring people together to grow stronger in spirit, mind, and body. From fitness floors to youth programs, from lifelong friendships to unforgettable summer memories. No matter your age or stage of life, there's a place for you here to belong, to thrive, and to be supported. This is the place where everyone belongs. This is the Ocean Community YMCA.
All right, everybody, and now it is time for our continuing segment, Keeping Up with the Cup, with Liverpool's favorite son, Tommy Stafford. Tommy, what is going on in the world of the world?
The world of the World Cup. Okay, quite a busy weekend. Good morning, Ben.
Good morning.
And good morning, everybody. Brian Brobbery sets Netherlands up to beat Sweden and a close in on the last 32. Cody Gakpo of the Netherlands scores a quick-fire double early in the second half to end Sweden's fight back before Somerville adds the 5th goal. And Netherlands top Group F with 4 points. Sweden must beat Japan to make sure of their progression. And the Netherlands cruised past Sweden 5-1 on Saturday, but mathematically guarantee a place in the last 32. 32 of the World Cup, with all 6 goals scored by players from the Premiership. Bobby Brobbery and Gakpo scored 2 goals apiece for coach Ronald Koeman. Sweden's consolation came from Alanga. Brobbery was a surprise inclusion in the Dutch side at the expense of Somerville, who impressed and scored 2-2 in the draw with Japan. But forward took his time in repaying the faith in Koeman. Final score was Netherlands 5, and Sweden won. The Netherlands final Group F prey is against Tunisia in Kansas City on Friday the 26th. And that's at, I do believe that's at 1 o'clock. And Sweden will face Japan at the same time at the Dallas Stadium in Arlington, Texas. And then we move on to Germany versus the Ivory Coast. And this was rather a good game, really, because you wouldn't think like the Ivory Coast would be a good team, but they were, my goodness, they were good. And, in fact, just about all the teams in this tournament being good and, give them a lot of excitement.
What time's that game, Tom? I might watch that one. If it's
Which the Ivory Coast?
yeah.
Already happened. He's given us the result.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
He's giving us the result
Well, I
right
still
now.
want to watch it.
Well, then it's on demand.
You're going to play again, aren't they?
Yeah, but
Yeah, you'll get to that at the end.
No, I mean, who's going to play?
If they play in the replay, right, they might get
Yeah.
beat.
Well, who won the game? Germany?
Well, can I get to that?
Oh.
Germany against the Ivory Coast. That took place at 4 o'clock in Toronto. Ivory Coast shook Germany's confidence with a go-ahead through Kessie in the 30th minute. As the Ivory Coast held firm, Germany had goals from Pavelak and Hertz disallowed in the first half. Udav scored Germany's equaliser in the 68th minute before hitting the winner 4 minutes into injury time. So that was a good game, and I think Germany treated them with a little bit of complacency, but it shook them to the core.
You got to watch out. Yeah, you got to watch out for that.
Substitute Undav emerged as the Germany's hero with a dramatic 94th goal winner that completed his side's stunning comeback win against the Ivory Coast. It could have gone either way, I'll tell you, and booked their place in the world knockout stages of the last 32. The Stuttgart forward applied a smart finish to fellow substitute Amari. Cross-break Ivory Coast's resistance in the 68th minute before scoring the winner in the 94th minute to inflict a painful defeat for the African nation. Final score on that one, Ken, was Germany 2, Ivory Coast 1. Germany will now wrap up their group stage play against Ecuador in New Jersey on Thursday, the 25th at 4 o'clock, while Ivory Coast will take on Curacao in Philadelphia at the same time.
Oh, that's good.
On to game 3 of the weekend. I didn't get any free time at all the weekend. Ecuador against Curacao. Davidson's Curacao earned the first ever World Cup point. Now, this is a small island, and they put a team out, and they tie Ecuador.
Yeah.
Powerhouse like Ecuador.
Yeah.
But Curacao claimed the first ever World Cup point after the remarkable performance from goalkeeper Eloy Room. Repelled a wasteful Ecuador side. It means they were a bit flat, to say the least. Miami FC goalkeeper Room pulled off the record equalizer, 15 saves to keep out South African in Group E. The 37-year-old, and this is another goalkeeper, the 37-year-old goalkeeper, was in stunning form for the match. The USA goalkeeper Tim Howard held the record there for most saves in a game against Belgium back in 2014. Final score on that was Ecuador 0 and Curacao 0.
0-0, baby.
Yeah, 0-0. Yeah, that's Ken's favorite song. Ecuador will now face Germany in New Jersey on Thursday the 25th at 9 o'clock, while Curacao faced Ivory Coast at the same time in Philadelphia. And then we move on to Group 4. And these guys just blow my mind. Tunisia against Japan. Japan moved up to second in the table, level with points with the leaders Netherlands. Tunisia's miserable World Cup continued as the inability to progress from the group stage was confirmed by a defeat against Japan. After a tumultuous week in which they suffered a 5-1 defeat by Sweden, They sacked their coach and appointed an ex-Saudi Arabia coach, Reynard, as head coach, right in the middle of a tournament.
Wow.
It took less than 4 minutes for them
Gotta do what you gotta do.
I know, but it took them less than 4 minutes to go behind to Guadalupe, Mexico, an aggressive Japan, and they were good. They were very well drilled, and they got their team running like a well-oiled machine, I'll tell you. Throughout broke the deadlock with a quick counterattack, which ended Kamada prodding home at close range in the Montevideo Stadium. It didn't take long for the dominant Japan side to inflict the second blow as they produced a lovely finish with an arrow ball and finished up Tunisia 0, Japan 4. Japan now have 4 points and likely to at least progress as one best third place. We spoke about this the other day, didn't we? But they will have to earn a guaranteed spot in the last 32 on Sweden when they take on Sweden on Thursday at 7 o'clock. So that should be a good game. I'll put my money on Japan for that game. Really would. Tunisia play the Netherlands, who are at the top of the group at the same time. And then we come on to Sunday. Belgium unable to find a way past Iran goalkeeper. Another great game. And, you wonder whether you got how they grow in these teams, because the Iran team were very good. Belgium were unable to find a way past the Iran goalkeeper, Al-Rezi Beni Rand. That's a tough one to say, isn't it? Despite having 32 shots, the Red Devils were reduced to 18 men because they got a guy set off in the second half for what they call a professional foul. Goalkeeper for Iran made a string of impressive saves to keep alive Iran's hopes for reaching the World Cup knockout
Tommy.
stage. Yes, sir.
What's a professional foul?
Professional foul is, the guy's going for the goal and he's got more than two players in front of him. The guy just goes past him and turns him, so he impedes his progress.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question. The 33-year-old produced several saves in the first half, including one by the near post to deny midfielder Tielemans before making one of the saves of the tournament 5 minutes from after the restart, scrambling. And I watched this goal because it went into the goal. The goalkeeper blocked it. It went up in the air. He blocked it again, and there's another shot. He blocked that again and smothered that one. And it was quite remarkable, really.
Wow.
5 minutes after the restart, scrambling across the tear to deny the Kuiper a low-effort Belgium shot task. And in the first time, the 23-year-old defender, Nijoy, was sent off after a professional foul, which we spoke about there. And the youngest player ever to receive a red card in the World Cup since 2014. Sides will equal in both sides level with points with Group G. Egypt and New Zealand play later. Final score was Belgium 0, Iran 0. Belgium will face New Zealand in the final Group G game on the 26th of June at 11 o'clock at night in Vancouver, with Iran meeting Egypt at the same time in Seattle. Game 6. Did I get sleep? No. Spain bounces back, and this is Spain against Saudi Arabia. Spain bounces back from Cape Verde's draw with a thumping victory over Saudi Arabia. That's the Yamil of Spain. But this should have been a no-brainer for Spain. And in fact, in the end, it was. Yamil of Spain scored 10 minutes into the first World Cup start in Spain. They beat Saudi Arabia to register the first win of the tournament. Barcelona teenager had been a second half substitute in Spain's opening Group H against Cape Verde, but he was unable to inspire his side to the victory as the 2010 winners labored very deeply and frustrating a goal draw. As expected, the 18-year-old restored the manager, Luis de la Fonte, starting lineup against Saudi Arabia. He wasted little time making his mark. Zabel low cross from the left side evaded Saudi Arabia defender Hassan and Al Tambakiti before being tapped into the net, into the far post by Yamil, who became the only second player aged 18 or younger to after Pelé in 1958 to open the scoring of the World Cup match. The final score on that one was Spain 4 and Saudi Arabia 0. Spain looked very, very potent in that game.
Nice bounce back for them after they were the ones that went 0-0 with Capo Verde, right?
Yeah. Spain concludes their group campaign against Uruguay in Guadalajara, while Saudi Arabia take on Cape Verde in Houston. Both games will be at 8 o'clock on Saturday, 27th. So you can see the combining games now together. So Uruguay against Cape Verde. That was in Miami. And Varela, sorry about that, equalizes to end Cape Verde a second successive draw. Cape Verde gripping the debutants. They debuted for the World Cup campaign, continued as they held two-time champions Uruguay to a thrilling draw in Miami. Having delighted fans with their 0-0 shock draw against Spain, good call, Ben. In their opener, Cape Verde took on the dream team against Uruguay through Kevin Pipi. Long-range free kick that went through the middle of the wall on the 21st minute. Going ahead changed the game structure as Cape Verde became more attacking and left themselves exposed at the back. Uruguay made the most of the extra space with Maxi Arulo driving in a low nod to make it 1-1. Zinedine Lopes flicked delivery towards the goal. Uruguay second in the group. Cape Verde third, level on points. Final score was Uruguay 2, Cape Verde 2. Now you gotta give Cape Verde a lot of credit for that. That's an island off the west coast of Africa and close to the equator. It doesn't have a big population, but to come against a powerhouse like Uruguay and tie him 2-2 and put on a great performance is phenomenal, really.
And this is back to back after they just went 0-0 with Spain.
Yeah, and they just had as you said, Ben, with Spain.
They're the Cinderella story right now of the World Cup.
Peaking at the right moment.
Yeah, that's right, Ken. You're right. But with Cape Verde versus Saudi Arabia coming up, their final group stage game on Friday at 6 o'clock, Cape Verde have a real chance of making it to the last 32. Cape Verde, who'd have thought?
Saudi Arabia just lost 4-0 to Spain.
Yeah.
And that's the team that Cape Verde went to a draw.
Yeah, but you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
that's why you play the game.
Yeah. You can tell you listen to your dad. Have a real chance of making it into the knockout series. Uruguay struggled to make the most of their chances as they did draw with Saudis in the face of the daunting final group against Spain, knowing they will need a result to extend their World Cup. And then it was New Zealand against Egypt. And one of the class players of the Premiership, Mohamed Salah, he featured in this one. The Pharaohs are on the brink of qualifying. That's the nickname for Egypt, the Pharaohs.
Good to know.
Pharaohs are on the brink of qualifying the last 32. Mohamed Salah scored one goal, created another as Egypt came from behind to beat New Zealand to secure their place in the World Cup. Their 3-1 victory also ensures the Pharaohs look set to qualify from the stage groups, and New Zealand took the first half lead after Sermon headed home the Tim Payne well-placed corner from the 15th minute. All Whites dreamed of securing their place in this competition. The Kiwis squandered the leads twice with an opening draw with Iran and ended up with the same here. Egypt scored 3 goals in the space of 24 minutes in the second half to move in top of Group G after some tactical tweaks were made by manager Hussein. Final score was New Zealand 1 and Egypt 3. Egypt now face victory. Egypt's first victory in the World Cup, their first appearance was 1934. Means they win the group and they will beat, if they beat Iran on Saturday. New Zealand still searching for the first World Cup win and will need to find a win against Belgium. I'd say they've got no chance of doing that. We're closing down now on the World Cup, and just got a trivia question for you first.
Oh boy.
World Cup fact: which nation won the first World Cup on the soil in which it was played in 1966? They were the host nation and they won it. Any takers?
England.
You're good.
Is it England?
It is England. You get the first prize, which is well, I won't say it. Anyway, we're closing down on the series now. The group play will be right up until the 29th of June, and that's from a week from today. And then we start the round of 32, which will go forward till July the 4th. Then the round of 16 kicks in, and then July the 9th, the quarterfinals are played, and the July the 14th and 15th, the semifinals will be played, and eventually the third place bronze, as they call it, place team will play on July the 18th. That's a Saturday. Then the final will take place on July the 19th. That's a Sunday, and I would definitely be tuned in for that because, quite frankly, we don't know who's going to be there. On tap today is Argentina against Austria. That's at 1 o'clock. That's in Dallas. And France against Iraq. It's in Philadelphia at 5 o'clock. Norway against Senegal. That's 8 o'clock. And Jordan against Algeria. And I'm sure Ken's going to be up for this one. It's 11 o'clock tonight in San Francisco. And that's my report on the World Cup.
Very good.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I felt like there was something I was going to ask you, and I don't remember what it was at this point. I will say this before we go to a quick break. By the way, that was almost exactly how I timed the show out, so that's fantastic. Ken, I will say I'm going to throw up some more Major League Baseball scores just because I made every single Major League Baseball score as a graphic last night, just in assumption of how many you might do. So I'm going to give you the scores on those games because I have them made up already.
Oh, you didn't want to do it for nothing.
I didn't want to do it for nothing. So the Angels beat the A's 9-7. The Rays beat the Nationals 4-3. The Brewers beat the Braves. Did I say Braves already once?
Yeah, maybe you got too brave.
The Angels beat the A's 9-7. The Rays beat the Nationals 4-3. The Brewers beat the Braves 9-4.
You couldn't leave well enough alone, you know?
No, the Cardinals beat the Royals 12-10. That's got to hurt for you.
Who is it?
The Cardinals.
What?
The Cardinals beat the Royals 12-10.
Oh, yeah. Royals.
That's an offensive explosion of a game. 22 runs between the two teams.
It wasn't much defense or much pitching.
Absolutely. A little bit more of a pitcher's duel here. Miami Marlins bested the San Francisco Giants 2-1. The Houston Astros kept rolling against the Guardians 2-1 as well. And then the Tigers edged out the White Sox 5-4. And then let's stay in the north central part of the United States a little bit more. The Minnesota Twins beat the Arizona Diamondbacks in Arizona 4-2. The Pirates beat the Rockies 8-6. Balls fly out of Denver,
Colorado.
it's the thin air. It's
Well,
the
Red
thin up
Sox will
there.
be there tonight.
Will they really? In Colorado? Good news for their bats. And Texas beat San Diego at home 4-3. All right, now let's go to a quick break. We'll be right back.
Can I ask you a question for you?
Yeah.
You mentioned the Nationals there.
Yeah,
Is that the Nationals in Alabama?
it would be the Nationals in Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay. No, because I remember my company when I was working before I retired was in Alabama, and they took us to a game, and it was the team that Michael Jordan was playing for. You know, when he retired from basketball, and I thought they were the Nationals. No, no.
I don't. The team that Michael Jordan was playing for in. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. You're talking about minor league baseball.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay, so minor league baseball, quite possibly.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So, all right. Let me. I'm gonna go to a break now, and we will be right back with more of this.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners. And this weekend, the new iPhone is here, and we have them all in stock. Come get the brand new orange iPhone 17 Pro or the brand new razor-thin iPhone Air. The best part is trading your old iPhone and get up to $1,100 off, meaning you get the brand new iPhone for free. But this weekend, you can get the brand new iPad and Series 11 Apple Watch for free. It's all happening down here at the Wireless Zone at 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners. Don't delay, stop in today.
I'm Gretchen Miller. I'm the owner of Martin House Books in Westerly, Rhode Island. We have 2 floors. The top floor is all adults. The bottom floor is children's. We have the cafe here too. That's a separate business, Cafe 1888. Come down to Martin House Books, enjoy a great coffee, and pick out another great read.
Lickety splits where the summer sticks on our fingers, on our lips.
2 scoops high and a waffle twist.
We're living it up at Lickety Splits. Lickety Splits, take your flavor pick. Rainbow swirl or classic mix.
Big wide smiles and a sugar blitz.
Yeah, everyday sweet at Lickety Splits. Hey!
I'm Dale Sold, the owner of Shoreline Painting and Cabinet Refinishing. My vision for the company has always been to elevate paint contracting. When you call, you get a live person. Typically, we have estimates out the same day. We have really good communication with our customers daily. We make sure you're completely happy before we leave the project. We service residential and commercial customers. The commercial work we do is typically more community-oriented. We just completed a expansion of our shop. We added 3 more spray booths to allow us to increase capacity. You can find us at 77 Stillman Ave in Pawcatuck. You can find us on our website at shorelinepaintingri.com, or you can call the office 401-834-1684 to book an estimate.
Experience local excellence with RoofRite Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, RoofRite specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, RoofRite is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
no.
All right, everybody. Hello and welcome back. And let's transition back over to me. Hello. You don't need to see them at this point, guys. Not yet, at least. We want to. One of our big things that we like to do here at 321 is spotlight businesses in the community. And our cameras recently went over to Second Time Around Sports in Wakefield, located inside the Wakefield Mall. They actually have 2 locations, one in the Wakefield Mall, one up in Cranston. So wherever you watch 321 Media in Rhode Island, you're just a short driving distance away from our friends over at Second Time Around Sports. Let's take a look and see what they have to offer.
My name is Ben Hernowitz. I'm the assistant manager here at Second Time Around Sports in Wakefield. I've always, grown up around sports. We like to say we're 70% new, 30% used, and 110% savings. People with kids or who are just getting into the sport, they don't want to spend, whatever they'll spend at something like Dick's. They can come in here, pick up some quality used stuff for, half the price of new things. We have families with 3 or 4 kids, they like to pass stuff down, but a lot of the time we see they come in here when the kid's like 4 or 5, they get fitted for all their stuff. In those couple of years when they grow out of it, they come back in, put that stuff they bought up on consignment, get some new stuff, and that cycle kind of repeats. So when their stuff that they brought in sells, they got some money on their account, they can put that towards, the next size up for all the gear. So it's a nice healthy cycle. Another alias that we go by is Every Sport for Less, and I think sometimes that's a great way to be known because it truly is every sport. I mean, from niche things like disc golf, field hockey, pickleball, all the way up to the big stuff like hockey, baseball, basketball, all that popular stuff, even summer gear, surf, and then in the wintertime you got ski and snowboard. So it really is every sport. You live in South County, there's not really much around in this county again, so like saving yourself a trip up to Dick's or Pure Hockey, like a 45-minute drive, you can come in here, find the same brand new, high quality, top of the line gear for really any sport. Again, I think we're a one-stop shop for everything you need. Apart from all of the great, new and used stuff we sell, we provide a lot of services as well. Team sales, we can outfit your Little League team, your youth hockey team for all the jerseys, anything they need like that. So again, apart from all of the good stuff we sell, I think there's a lot of services we can provide too that might not be known. I'm Ben Hernowitz, assistant manager here at Second Time Around Sports in Wakefield. Come see us soon.
All right, we want to thank our friends over there at Second Time Around Sports, and we want to thank our friends at Lathrop Insurance for being our Community Spotlight sponsor. Thank you very much to Lathrop Insurance. You can find out more about Lathrop Insurance at lathropinsurance.com. All right, we have some news to get to, some actual news to get to.
You're the news guy too now.
Well, a little bit.
Guy.
I mean, just when some things happen. Alan Greenspan, the very famous and well-known former head of the federal bank and et cetera, passed away last night at 100 years old. Alan Greenspan was 100 years old and passed away. Do you guys have anything that you want to say about Mr. Greenspan?
Mr.
You
Greenspan.
don't have to. I'm just all right.
Well, he's done with all futures now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
So getting to 100 is quite a...
It is.
Yeah.
Let's go across the pond.
Uh-oh.
Let's go across the pond. I don't know if you...
it's about the resignation of the Prime Minister.
Where England is about to, or the UK is about to have its 7th Prime Minister in a decade.
10 years,
yeah. Obviously, I feel like this is a safe political thing to talk about because I don't know anything about it. So
you're not the only one.
So Tommy, you consider yourself American now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Prime Minister. So the thing that I think is interesting that I wanted to talk about here is 7 prime ministers in 10 years, and also like this is we've now seen multiple prime ministers resign.
Mm-hmm.
It happens so much more, and I know that the parliamentary system is very different from what we have in America. Our version of democracy is a different flavor than the parliamentary system that you see in a lot of European countries and Canada, of course, which is based off of the UK. But I think that it would be hard to fathom, no matter who the president was, in the United States for us to go through 7 leaders in
Yeah.
10 years. But is that a fairly normal thing over there?
No.
Okay.
No. I think, I'm not politically motivated, so I don't really have
Well,
an
that's
opinion
good.
on it because I've never, I've never lived there in 40 odd years.
Yeah.
And, but I know, what you're saying there is not untrue because how many prime ministers can you go through in 10 years? And you don't know whether this guy Starmer is right or is wrong, but I think a lot of it was brought on by when they pulled out of the European community. Because it was cost them a lot of money, but also too, it's cost them a lot of money in business, I would think. But I'm not really qualified to judge it. So
Right. No.
I can't judge it.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
But I did think that it was interesting, just from a juxtaposition of, like, I don't know what. I mean, we've had one president resign ever, I think, in the United
Nixon.
States. It's just Richard Nixon.
Yep.
Not
a crook.
I thought that was remarkable. 7 in 10 years was a lot.
Yeah.
All right, and then another thing. Happy belated Father's Day to both of you.
Oh, thank you.
Did you guys do anything special for Father's Day?
Yeah, I got taken out to lunch yesterday, and
I
it was
did
nice
too,
brunch. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
We went over to the fundraiser for Gary.
Oh yeah.
Oh, how did that go?
Good, very good. Yeah, Daniel Packer and where we went. Yeah.
I love Daniel Packer in.
And
They
then
really pack him in at the
They
Daniel
really
Packer
do.
in.
They did pack them in. Yeah. And then I went to my daughter in Hope Valley afterwards to see Dan and all the boys and girls. Nice day.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Really nice. It's always good. I got taken out to lunch, and of course, my wife got invited, and my daughter took me out with her husband and my grandson, and it was nice to be with family, just sit down, relax, and talk.
Yeah.
And I love that. I think it's fabulous when you do that.
That's nice.
Went to Kelly's Deli.
Ooh,
Mm.
very nice. I haven't been to Kelly's Deli in a while.
It's good.
They're great. Yeah.
Them and the pantry are really good.
Love the pantry.
Yeah.
Love the pantry. Justin over at the pantry
Justin's,
is fantastic.
He's a great guy. They're all great people. They
Former
really are.
professional athlete, by the way. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Snowboarder, I believe. Justin.
Justin was?
Justin, yeah.
What about Kevin? Kelly's Deli, was he a professional?
I have no idea, Kevin. If you'd like to come in and talk about it, I have no idea. But maybe could have been a professional athlete. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anybody that gets paid is a professional athlete, right?
Good way to get paid. Yeah.
No, I mean everybody that does get paid is considered a professional athlete.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What if you've been paid not to play? It was before the NIL days, but I think that some of the people at Cheriho may have wanted to offer me money to sit out.
Well, that's a little different, Ben. I don't know.
I'm a professional non-athlete.
Well, I got paid. I played and got paid.
That's true. You were a professional athlete.
I was.
Professional softball
I
player.
got a check every month.
I noticed.
$2,500.
There's a new professional softball league.
Yeah.
It
was just like Major League Baseball. Only we only played weekends.
Yeah.
But we played all over the place: Chicago, Kentucky, Detroit, Milwaukee.
So are you aware of this Athletes Unlimited Softball League? There's currently 6 teams. I believe it's in its 2nd year. Let's see here. Professional softball in the United States is headlined by Athletes Unlimited Softball, AUSL, and the newly launched Professional Softball League, PSL. Both leagues provide dedicated avenues for the world's best fast pitch players to compete professionally and prepare for the sport's return to the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics.
That's fast pitch.
Yeah, the AUSL is the premier professional softball league in the U.S. under Commissioner Kim Nung. The league features a city-based structure and an innovative points-based individual scoring system. It's broadcast across the ESPN family of networks, CBS Sports, and MLB Network. Games run right now from June till early August. There are 6 franchises, and it is followed. It is a traditional tournament, city-based play, followed by the AUSL All-Star Cup, which utilizes a unique individual leaderboard system. That is very interesting. I saw an ad for it this morning while watching SportsCenter, and I had never heard of it before. And I'm very intrigued by that because softball is one of my favorite sports to cover for us. It's funny because, I think that especially like NBA, WNBA, some of the comparisons had always been like the men's sports are faster. They're faster. I think softball and baseball are the opposite. I think softball is faster.
Oh yeah.
I think softball's more. I think there's more energy to softball than there is to baseball.
Yeah, well, everything's quicker.
It is, yeah.
The pitcher gets the ball, he pitches it. You have to look for signs. And
Well, it blows my mind when I watch college softball because I think it's great to watch, and the speed that those women can pitch those balls. It's I wonder at that.
And they can pitch every day.
I know.
It's not like they have to have 4 days off in between, like Major League Baseball pitchers.
Yeah.
Or fastball. You can't, or overhand, or baseball.
Yeah.
You can't pitch every day.
Yeah.
These gals and guys that slow pitch softball, they can pitch 5 days in a row.
Yeah.
By the way,
something to do with the arm release. It's got to be
going underarm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of college sports, the 2026 Men's College World Series, which is a 3-game series, will conclude tonight in Omaha. Last night, North Carolina came back 6-2 against Oklahoma to force a Game 3. That game will happen tonight at 7 p.m. on ESPN. And that will be for all of the marbles, the national championship game for the College World Series tonight between UNC and Oklahoma. Who you guys got? Tar Heels or Sooners?
Tar Heels.
I'd sooner take the Sooners.
You'd sooner take the Sooners? Oh man. Listen.
What would you ask me for?
I'm just listen. This is something you guys may not know about me, but I bleed Tar Heel blue. Okay, God made the sky Tar Heel blue.
Yeah.
God loves North Carolina so much he made the sky Tar Heel blue.
Cool.
That's what I'm a big UNC fan.
Yeah. I like
that.
I like
outside of Bill Belichick, who I'm a big fan of in general. I just think that that's a weird situation.
Yeah.
But UNC is my team.
I like them. I like their soccer programs.
Yes.
They're very good. There's some great coaches.
I love North Carolina. I miss North Carolina. I want to go back to North Carolina.
You've been
I'm going to go after this show, actually, down to North Carolina. Another thing that I wanted to talk about.
It's just the morning, though, isn't it?
What's that?
It's just the morning. Going to Carolina in the morning. James Taylor.
I'm going to Carolina in my mind.
Yeah.
That's James Taylor. Going to Carolina in my mind. And then finally, I would like to say we have there was some extreme weather over the weekend that is coming east. However, I don't believe that it is going to be as destructive as it was. But we have there were 40 tornadoes reported in the Midwest this weekend. 40 tornadoes. I know at least 2 people died in Illinois from tornadoes. It cost billions of dollars worth of damage. Of course, one human life is worth way more than that. But that is really tragic. 40 tornadoes. That storm system is heading east and should cause some severe weather tonight and tomorrow here on the East Coast. However, most of the time when those systems come over, I'm no meteorologist, but most of the times when those systems come over, just because of what we don't generally get tornadoes in the same way, for reasons that I don't understand, as far as atmospheric pressure and all of those things that I'm not qualified to talk about. But we do have some severe weather that went through the country, and our thoughts are with those people who lost their lives in the Midwest this weekend. And
That's
yeah,
where you get a
so
lot of those tornadoes.
a lot of the tornadoes are a lot more prevalent, but it's not unheard of.
No.
We've had tornadoes on the East Coast more regularly in the last 20 years than we ever had while I was growing up. And so, yeah, it's definitely, I mean, there's definitely the possibility of them.
My son lives in Cincinnati, which is, Midwest.
Yeah.
And he lives close to Indiana. And because he lives on the west side of Cincinnati. And, I watch that. And, I always worry when you see tornadoes. And I on my phone, being the father that I am, I like to know what's going on.
Sure.
And sometimes I'll get warnings, Cincinnati, about tornado warnings.
Yeah.
And it's tough, but he's got a nice big house. They hide in the bathroom. I think they've hid in the bathroom a few times.
That's scary.
I know, it really is. It really is.
Well, hopefully everything it calms down for the Midwest and everything stays pretty good here in Westerly. 7-day forecast for us is rain, obviously, tonight, and scattered thunderstorms tomorrow. And then we should see the sun again on Wednesday, Thursday. And then it should be a pretty good weekend. Chance of rain on Saturday, but it should be a good weekend. But we do have some thunderstorms coming in tomorrow from this storm system. That is going to do it for us today. There's no sports tonight on 321, which is nice. Nice little day off from that. But we'll be back tomorrow with Rhode Island Men's Senior Baseball League and Stonington Little League over as they continue on with their All-Stars tournament. That should be a lot of fun. And we will continue keeping up with the Cup with Liverpool's favorite son, Tommy Stafford, and Ken Collins is contractually obligated to stay in that seat every day forever. So thank you guys so much for being here. And happy belated Father's Day to everybody out there. We'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.
321 is about so much more than sports. We're about community, family, small businesses, nonprofits, and sharing stories that deserve to be heard. 321, what's your story?